And this is Woody. We both work at Arthog Outdoor Centre in North Wales. One of our favourite team building activities is improvised raft building, where you take some barrels, some poles and some rope, and the whole team must tie it all together into a boat and then paddle it out on Vernon's Pond or possibly the Dicily River. Now we can't get out to those venues at the moment, so I thought to myself the next best thing would be to do some model raft building in my back garden and eventually see if it floats. In these next couple of videos we're going to look at the materials you'll need to find, the ropes and knots you'll need to tie, and eventually putting it all together into a raft that looks like this one. Okay. I've managed to find to build my raft, and remember these are all improvised, you've just got to use whatever you can find around the house. For the buoyancy, to help the raft float, I've used water bottles. I've got 4 of these. They're not all the same size, but that doesn't matter, I don't think. Then I've got 6 sticks. They're 45 centimetres long, and these are the sticks that me and Woody found whilst we were out walking. Yours don't have to be 45 centimetres long, that's just the length of these ones. Now onto the cord or the string, you're going to need quite a lot of that. I've got 8 long bits of rope cord for the frame, and then I've got 8 shorter bits to tie the barrels on. Now the long bits to tie my barrels on, and again yours might not need to be this long, 150 centimetres, okay, and there are 8 of those, but string or wool or whatever you can find will do. And then the shorter pieces to tie the barrels on are about 50 centimetres long. So there we go. So using all this stuff, I'm going to try and tie it all together to build a raft later on in the day. Frame now. Now I want my raft to be nice and stable, so the first thing I'm going to do is build a square. You'll need to tie square lashings in the corner, so make sure you leave a decent overlap where the poles cross. Now the last 2 poles are going to help to support the barrels, so we're going to place those in the middle. Like that. So it looks like a sort of a hashtag. Obviously the next step is to lash it all together. 8 square lashings later, you'll get good at those by the end, my frame is all tied together. So the next step, I'm going to put the buoyancy underneath the raft. So I'm going to take my drinks bottles, place them underneath. It's time to use our next knot. We're going to use the trucker's hitch to tie the barrels onto the raft. Great, so that's all the barrels tied on. We've got 8 square trucker's hitches tying those on and 8 square lashings keeping the frame together. Now remember, this is just a classic barrel raft that you might make if you were to come to Arthog, but the great thing about raft building is it's all about your imagination and improvising. So your raft could very well be a completely different design to this one. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing how this floats outside in the paddling pool.